Only you and me are there.
And one more is there. Would like to join?
He was trying to join, but I did not let him because we were talking some personal things. No, that's why.
Okay, okay. Now you can allow them. I will start now.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. Good evening, Ramchand. Today I am going to start machine learning concept. You can record my session, no problem.
Yes, sir.
So today, module 11 in data science course, I would like to explain machine learning. So machine learning is nothing but learning from the observational data with the help of supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So machine learning came from the neural networks. Neural networks extension is artificial neural networks. From there, we are deriving a machine learning concept. What is meant by machine learning? Learning from the observational data with the help of supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Under supervised learning, what is meant by supervised learning? Sir, there is a target class, there is a label. I would like to classify the data based on the target class, based on the label. Example, you can take in a class, gender is a label, gender is a target class, male or female. I would like to divide with the help of supervisor learning. Yes, it is possible. So that is called supervisor learning. So under supervised learning, we are studying 13 techniques like linear regression, logistic regression, support vector machine, that is called SVM, decision trees, random forest, gradient boosting machines, that is XGBoost and light GBM, naive based classification, K nearest neighbor algorithm, linear discriminant analysis, multi-layer perceptron MLP, and elastic net regression, ridge regression, lasso regression. These are the 13 topics I would like to explain today. Then in under machine learning algorithm, we have three approaches called supervised learning. Just now we have finished. Now I am moving to unsupervised learning. Is nothing but there is no label, there is no target class, but I would like to classify the data based on the similarity measure. How do you can calculate similarity measure? By using Euclidean distance, by using Manhattan distance, by using Minkowski distance. So we are calculating similarity measure. Suppose we have points like x1, x2, y1, y2. The formula for Euclidean distance is square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So that is called similarity measure. Once we got similarity measure, it comes under unsupervised learning, and we are applying many clustering algorithms like Euclidean k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, DB scan clustering. DB scan is nothing but density based spatial clustering. Then Gaussian mixture models, that is called GMM. Then a principal component analysis called PCA. Independent component analysis called ICA. Autoencoders. TSNE is nothing but a T distributed stochastic neighbor encoding algorithm, a priori algorithm, isolation forest. These are the top 10 algorithms comes under unsupervised learning. Then we are going for a reinforcement learning approach. What is meant by reinforcement learning approach? Sir, based on punishment and reward, we are solving the problems. Based on the errors, we are rectifying and we are solving the problems like gaming application especially. While playing games, we are doing so many mistakes. Again, it will come back to first position. Then again, you are playing like that. Reinforcement learning is nothing but learning from the mistakes, learning from the faults, learning from the punishment and rewards based concept. There are five top 5 algorithms under reinforcement learning, such as Q learning, deep Q networks, that is called DQN, policy gradient methods, proximal policy optimization, that is PPO, actor critic methods, etc. That is called reinforcement learning. Then what is meant by overview of machine learning? So in that overview of machine learning, what we are solving? Introduction to machine learning. Introduction to, you need to say introduction to machine learning, introduction to Python. Once Python is ready, then how to write code in Google Colab, Jupyter, PyCharm, and integration development learning environment. So we have under supervised learning, classification and regression comes under. So, advertisement sale prediction from an existing customer using logistic regression, it is also comes under supervised learning. Salary estimation using k nearest neighbor, that is also a one of the classification technique, we can call it as k nearest neighbor. That is one, uh, n must be capital, knn we used to call knn, k nearest neighbor algorithm, keep in mind. So k nearest neighbor, character recognition using support vector machine, Titanic survival prediction using naive Bayes, leaf detection using decision tree, handwritten digit recognition using random forest, evaluating classification model performance using confusion matrix, cap curve analysis and accuracy paradox, classification model selection for breast cancer classification, house price prediction using linear regression single variable, exam mark prediction using linear regression multiple variable, predicting the previous salary of the new employee using polynomial regression. Okay, so these are you can call it as so many examples of supervised learning. Then exam marks prediction using linear regression multiple variable, and classification model selection for a breast cancer classification, predicting the previous salary of the new employee using polynomial regression, stock price prediction using support vector machine, height prediction from the age using decision tree regression, car price prediction using random forest, evaluating regression model performance using R squared intuition and adjusted R squared intuition, regression model selection for engine energy prediction. Then unsupervised learning, we are solving many problems like identifying the pattern of the customer spent using k-means clustering, customer spending analysis using hierarchical clustering, leaf types data visualization using principal component analysis, finding similar movies based on a ranking using a singular value decomposition, unsupervised learning association, market basket analysis using a priori algorithm, market basket optimization analysis using ECLAT. Reinforcement learning is nothing but based on the punishment and reward, we are solving the problems. Examples like so many gaming applications, web ads, advertisements, click through rate optimization using a upper bound confidence. The natural language processing is nothing but study of different languages, study of different linguistics is called natural language processing. Then we have a sentimental analysis using natural language processing, breast cancer tumor prediction using XGBoost. Under natural language processing, we have a fantastic algorithms. Then we have deep learning like learning from the observational data with a deep manner by applying n number of input layers and hidden layers we are using to solve complex applications. PIMA Indians diabetes classification, COVID-19 detection using CNN algorithm, convolutional neural networks, AI, artificial intelligence, snake game using reinforcement learning. Then that is the syllabus of machine learning. Ramchan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the syllabus of deep learning. Now I am going to start the definition of machine learning. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay. Machine learning. How do you can define machine learning? Learning from the observational data. Okay. By
Okay, sir.
using supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning, we are solving the clustering and regression problems. Keep in mind. Supervised learning, I have explained already. It is a type of machine learning where a model. What is model? Model is a simplified version of the reality. It is trained on labeled data to predict outcomes or classify data points based on input features. Then unsupervised learning is nothing but it is a type of machine learning that analyzes. Under supervised learning, we are solving a classification and regression problems. Classification examples like support vector machine, random forest, Bayesian classification, neural networks, CNN. These are the classification techniques. Unsupervised learning is nothing but it is a type of machine learning that analyzes and clusters unlabeled data to discover hidden patterns to structure without predefined outputs. That is called unsupervised learning. Best example is clustering. What is meant by clustering? Clustering is an unsupervised learning. Clustering is nothing but group of objects having similar behavior in the nature. That is called clustering. Okay. Then we have a number of clustering algorithms like k-means clustering, c-means clustering, fuzzy c-means clustering, etc. Okay. Are you understanding, Ramchand, what I
Yes.
am explaining?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm following.
Then reinforcement learning is nothing but learning from the observational data with a deep manner. That is called reinforcement learning by applying various, you can call it as um, various in reinforcement learning, learning from the mistakes, faults, punishment and reward we are solving, especially gaming applications. Under this reinforcement learning, we are solving so many gaming applications. So, where we are using agent learns to make decisions by interacting with an environment and receiving feedback in the form of rewards or penalties to maximize cumulative rewards over time. So, we have top 5 algorithms in the syllabus I have explained. What is meant by supervised learning? Can you explain your own sentence about supervised learning right now, Ramchan? I'm
Uh,
expecting from you.
yeah. Supervised learning is the one that is, um, you know, based on observation and understanding.
Correct, correct. Learning from the observation. You
Yes,
need
sir.
to tell like,
Okay, sir.
yeah. La.
So,
Learning from the observations with the help of supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement
investment
learning,
learning.
we are solving classification and regression problems.
Okay,
Now
sir.
tell me specifically supervised learning definition. Now tell me.
Okay. So, based on observation, uh,
Correct,
learning from the mistakes and the
correct,
punishments and rewards,
right.
upgrading the standards to the next level, uh,
Perfect.
to make the what do you call realistic usage of. I don't know. It's coming in my own sentence only. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, that is correct. You are
Yeah.
explaining fantastic. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So examples like spam email detection, and then
Yeah,
simple linear regression uh,
correct.
fits a straight line at a data point. Sir, what does this means?
Which one?
The second one, simple linear regression.
Yeah, simple linear regression is nothing but we have a y is equal to mx plus c,
Yes, sir.
mathematics.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so there we are using x1, x0, y0. x1, y2, x1, y1, x2, y2, like that, so on.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah, we are predicting based on dependent variable and independent variable. Y is equal to mx plus c. We are solving and we are predicting all y values. That is a simple straight line. Y is equal to mx plus c. Examples: predicting a student score based on study hours. If he studies 2 hours, he is getting 50 marks. Three hours, 60 marks. 7 hours, 70 marks, like that. That is a, yeah, same thing only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next, multiple linear regression is nothing but it extends a simple linear regression to consider multiple features. Means number of features will come. Like example, predicting car mileage based on engine size. What is the weight of the car? What is the engine size? And what is the fuel type? Whether it is petrol or diesel. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So we are using multiple features. That's why it is called a multiple linear regression. Next, what is meant by ridge regression? Ridge regression says that it reduces the complexity of the model by adding a penalty term. Like example, predicting house prices while avoiding overfitting. Okay, remaining all things we are ignoring. Then a logistic regression says that used for binary classification problems. Okay, so you can remove this one, no need description. So then you can call it as, so used for binary classification. What is meant by binary classification? Ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then predicting if a tumor is malignant or benign means, MRI scan, if you take brain, sometimes whether you have tumor or non-tumor. How do we can apply? By using classification and clustering techniques, we can find black spots on the X-ray image or CT scan image. So based on that tumor, we can justify this X-ray image is tumor. If it is not there, we can say not a tumor. Then K nearest neighbor algorithm, it is one of the classification technique. It classifies data point based on how its neighbors are classified, how close that neighbors are related to central point, recommending a movie based on user preferences. That is a best example. Based on a review only, I used to go. Some people won't listen. They have their own, they have their own ideas, their own opinion. They are moving to movies. Then a naive-based classifier is nothing but it assumes future independence and uses base theorem. So best example, text classification for spam detection. Like if you open Gmail account, in Gmail, spam mails are coming. If you move it, that mails to spam, next time it won't come. It will classifying into that spam folder. Then we are moving to linear discriminant analysis. Is called, it is one of the classification technique, and it is used for dimensionality reduction. What is meant by dimensionality reduction? One dimension, two dimension, and three dimensions. So if it is a two dimension, we have x and y axis. If it is three dimension, we have x and y z. Ramchan?
Yes, sir.
So linear discriminant analysis used for dimensionality reduction or classification. Like if you take your face image, it is a x and y axis. So face recognition application, if you take to recognize the correct image, we are applying LDA and PCA, principal component analysis. So if you increase number of constraints like the distance between chin to mouth, nose to, forehead, eyebrows to forehead distance, and cheek distance and moles on the face. Like if you increase number of constraints, automatically the accuracy will be increased. In that case, we are using linear discriminant analysis. Then support vector measure is a one of the classification techniques. How it works, finds the hyperplane that best in x-axis and y-axis there is a hyperplane that best divides a data set into classes, either 1 or 0. So one class and another class. Example, classifying whether a person will default on a loan or not. So when the person will get loan, if he is an employee and he is paying correct installments and he is having bank balance and he is having property, so many parameters they are calculating and classifying whether a person will default on a loan or not. So there we are applying support vector machine. Then decision tree is nothing but it is a classification technique. It uses a tree-like graph to make decisions. Example, predicting the likelihood of customer buying a product. Okay. Then bias variance, you can call it as bias variance trade-off. Trade-off means nothing but it is a research challenges and you can trends and challenges. Bias variance trade-offs. This is a model with a high bias oversimplifies, whereas high variance over comply. You can call it as a over complicates. Example: a linear model might underfit complex data, whereas a high degree polynomial might overfit it. What is meant by cross? Huh? What is meant by cross validation methods like leave one out, low and k folds? It is one of the cross validation methods. These techniques to train and validate a model. Example, in k folds, k is nothing but assuming number of clusters, dividing the data set into k subsets and rotating them for a validation. Then the 13th one, multi-layer perceptron and feed-forward neural network. It is an artificial neural network example. For complex problems, we are solving, we are using a multi-layer perceptron and a feed-forward neural network. Example, handwritten digit recognition. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah, then unsupervised learning is nothing but learning from the observational data with the, there is no label, there is no target class, but I would like to classify the data based on the similarity measure. How do you can calculate similarity measure? By using Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, Minkowski distance. Now, under supervised learning, we have clustering algorithms, K-means and K-medoid algorithms, hierarchical clustering. Clustering algorithms, clustering is nothing but a group of objects, that objects having similar behavior in the nature. That is called you can call it as a clustering. We have a number of clustering algorithms like grouping of data points based on similarities. Example, customer segmentation for targeted marketing. Then second one, k-means or k-medoids. Partitions data into k clusters. Example, document clustering based on topics. Third one, hierarchical clustering. Top down and bottom up is called single linkage and multiple linkage. Description builds a hierarchy of clusters. Example, hierarchical taxonomy of animal species. Then I'm going for dimensionality reduction. Here we are using dimensionality reduction like face recognition application. I have already explained to you. So how this reducing the number of features while retaining important information. Example called feature selection in a high dimensional data, like more than two dimensional x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. High dimensional data is nothing but number of number of columns, number of dimensions, number of attributes, columns or more. Then what about principal component analysis, that is called PCA? It transforms original variables into new ones that are linearly uncorrelated. Example, reducing the dimensions of gene expression data. That, that is called a principal component analysis. Next one is a reinforcement learning is nothing but it is a one of the type in machine learning approach where an agent learns to make decisions by interacting with an environment and receiving feedback in the form of rewards and penalties to maximize cumulative rewards over time. That is called reinforcement learning. I have already explained based on the punishment and reward, we are solving the problem. So reinforcement learning algorithms like Q learning. What is meant by Q learning is nothing but a model free algorithm that learns a policy by policy means rules and regulations. A policy by estimating the 1 second. So we are applying policy by estimating the action value function that is called Q using a table of function or approximation. Then under reinforcement learning algorithms, we have deep Q network that is called DQN. It combines Q learning with deep neural networks to handle high dimensional state. That means number of columns are more, attributes are more, then spaces such as those in video games or robotics. There we are applying DQ. You can call it as a policy gradient method. So these are the algorithms such as reinforcement that directly optimize the policy by adjusting its parameters using gradient of the expected reward. Proximal policy optimization is nothing but a state of the art policy optimization algorithm that balances exploration while maintaining stability during training. Actor critic methods is nothing but combines the benefits of value based, that is called critic, and policy based examples.
Are you
You
not
can
well, sir?
mute.
Are
You
you
can
not?
mute.
Okay, okay.
You can mute. Just listen. Some sound is coming from your side. That's why. You can just okay.
I closed the window, sir. The yeah.
Still sound is coming. That's what. Just you listen, and your mic you just switch off. So this is one more A to C algorithms called actor critic and A3C algorithm like asynchronous advantage actor critic algorithm. There are various algorithms we are solving. Then reinforcement learning we have. So why why it is coming two times? I don't know. Same thing it is appearing.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, save the
Then
slide. No,
how do machine
save the
learning algorithms work?
save the
Keep in
slide. No,
mind,
sir. Save the slide. No.
machine learning algorithms utilize a variety of techniques to handle large amounts of complex data to make decisions. Yes, we have a number of algorithms based on the data sets. These algorithms complete the task of learning from data with the specific inputs given to the machine, like training, then model creation, then prediction, then analysis, then retraining. Prediction is the cycle of an machine learning algorithm. This enables the machine learning algorithm to learn on its own and produce an optimal answer that will gradually increases in accuracy over time. That is called machine learning algorithms work. If you see the machine learning is nothing but learning from the observational data. We have three approaches, just like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Under supervised learning, we have classification and regression. Classification techniques like naive-based classification, support vector machine, k nearest neighbor. Under regression techniques, we have a decision tree, linear regression, logistic regression, etc. Under reinforcement learning, we have a DQN algorithm and Q algorithm, etc. So under unsupervised learning, we have a clustering algorithm like a k-means clustering, k-medoids, etc. Dimensionality reduction, we have a principal component analysis, feature selection, linear discriminant analysis, LDA, etc. Then in this introduction to machine learning, how it is working. See, just don't give a introduction again here. You can use this one as simply you can keep like this. So it is not introduction, it is a working process. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you can keep it like this. So machine learning. Under machine learning, we have ordinary system with the AI, then machine learning approach. Then we are generating learns, predicts, and improves. Machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence.
Sir,
What is meant by
take some water, no, sir. Take some water, no, because you are feeling
no,
uncomfortable, I
I'm
think.
continuously getting hiccups. I don't know. I'm taking. Okay. Under supervised, I mean, machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence. What is meant by artificial intelligence? Intelligent behavior in a machine, like science and engineering to develop intelligent based kind of applications. The goal of machine learning is nothing but generally is to understand the structure of the data. What kind of data we are handling. Data, what is meant by data? Ramchan, simple question. Raw material,
Yes, sir.
anything. Okay. And how many types? Now you can open your mic. How many types of machine learning algorithms are? I mean, data types are there. Data can be classified into three types.
Types.
Ramchan,
Yes, sir.
structured
Structured,
data. Tell me what
unstructured,
are the
semi-structured data.
perfect, perfect. That question will arise in interview. Okay, keep
Okay,
in
sir.
mind. Data is a raw material. Data can be anything like audio, video, text,
Text,
graphics,
graphic, image.
animation, anything. The goal of machine learning generally is to understand the structure of data and fit that data into models that can be understood and utilized by people. That is called machine learning. So these are the machine learning algorithm types like unsupervised, reinforcement learning, supervised. Under supervised, we have a regression classification. Why we are using machine learning? Self-driving car purpose, chatbot, and real-world applications like movie recommendation, spam detection in Gmail, diagnosis, etc. What is the process of applied in machine learning? Data cleaning and exploration purpose, we are using machine learning. Under data cleaning, cleansing, and exploration, we have feature engineering, outlier treatment, missing value treatment. Under data cleansing and exploration, we have data modeling, model validation, model evaluation, model deployment. Then what is the practice of machine learning? So just join communities, learn from experts, and participate Kaggle contents, and listen to podcast and subscribe to new newsletter, learn toolbar, etc. Under learn toolbar, we have Python programming and R. Under R programming, R is a visualization programming. Under R, we have MLR, machine learning regression, DPLYR, and Carrot. Under Python, we have libraries like Keras, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, Pandas, NumPy. Under R programming, we have libraries like MLR, DPLYR, Carrot, etc. Then theory, we are using multivariate calculus, algorithms and complexity, optimization, and probability theory and statistics, linear algebra. Then what is meant by machine learning? So machine learning, it is a computer programs that leverage algorithms and statistical models to learn through inference and patterns without being explicitly programmed. We have three types of machine learning. Supervised learning, that means task, it is a task driven, means all data is labeled and the algorithms learn to predict the output from the input data. That is called supervised learning. That means there is a label, there is a target class based on the task driven. We are solving the problem. What is meant by unsupervised learning? All data is unlabeled and the algorithms learn to inherent structure from the input data, that is called data driven. That is called unsupervised learning. Data must be huge. Then what is meant by reinforcement learning? It works on interacting with the environment, whereas the supervised learning method works on given sample data or example. Learning from errors is called reinforcement learning. So under machine learning, we have three types I have explained already. Supervised learning is nothing but the algorithm learns the relationship between specific inputs and outputs based on training data and human feedback. We are solving the problems of regression and classification. Unsupervised learning is nothing but the algorithms analyzes the data for trends and patterns without being given a specific output variable, human feedback like clustering, dimension reduction. Reinforcement learning is nothing but the algorithm learns over time to maximize returns based on the rewards it receives for performing certain actions. Examples model free and model based. Whereas unsupervised learning, we have clustering and dimension reduction. Under machine learning is important because it gives enterprises a view of trends and customer behavior and business operational patterns as well as supports the development of new products. Then what do you want the machine learning systems to do? We have a number of algorithms like do you want machine learning system to active or passive? Okay, what do you want the machine learning system to do? Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows the software applications to become more accurate to predicting outcomes without being explicitly programmed to do so. Machine learning algorithms use historical data as input to predict new output values. Then coming to types of, I have explained, supervised learning is a task-driven approach. Unsupervised learning is a data-driven approach. Then reinforcement learning is nothing but a learning from the errors. Then machine learning process. First, we are taking a very huge volume of data, structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Then we are using a training for 80%, then testing 20%. Then we are choosing big model, any model. Big model means CNN model, RNN model, LSTM model, support vector model, random forest model, what not. Then finally decision whether that is classified correctly or not. Then again, if it is not, then again we are training. So machine learning is the process of making systems that learn and improve by themselves by being specifically programmed. The ultimate goal of machine learning is to design algorithms that automatically helps the system gather data and use the data to learn more. So what is the machine learning life cycle like? Data gathering means we are collecting repositories from different places. Data preparation means we are eliminating noisy data, inconsistent data, dirty data by applying machine learning filters like you can call it as a binning and box plot and filters, etc. Then data wrangling is nothing but is there any wrong data or we are eliminating the data, after that it becomes data wrangling. Then we can call data analysis. After applying any model, we are calculating the data sets which are we are performing the data analysis. Then the model training is nothing but we are choosing SVM, random forest or any CNN, RNN, ANN. 80% of training data we are testing and 20% of testing. Finally, once the program is perfect, we are shifting to deployment. Then how machine learning work? We are giving input data, then we are analyzing data, we are finding patterns, then prediction, then stores the feedback. So that's why machine learning is a form of artificial intelligence that teaches computers to think in a similar way to how humans do. That means learning and improving upon past experiences. It works by exploring data and identifying patterns and involves minimal human intervention. Then machine learning examples like self-driving cars, credit worthiness, predicting an illness, computer vision, CV. Ramchan,
Yes, sir.
CV means
Computer vision.
computer in agriculture, ranking on social media, targeted emails, fashion industry, question and answer based platforms. So these are the examples of machine learning. Machine learning algorithm would be trained with the pictures of dogs and other things, all labeled by humans, and the machines would learn ways to identify pictures of dogs on its own. So this is one of the scenario of reinforcement learning. There is a fire and there is a bucket of water. There is a robot. Robot wrongly step into right side, it will burn. That time it will, oh sorry, I have entered into wrong side. You need to acknowledge that one. Then if you see the left side with bucket with full of water, normally is going to bathroom and saying that uh, okay, there is a bucket with water. It if we are observing step one, observe means intelligent robot is there, right side fire is there, left side bucket of water with tap, we are observing. Then select action using policy. What if I'm giving instruction to robot, please take action. Immediately it is doing action. What is that action? If it wrongly steps to right side, minus 50 points punishment. Then oh, it realizes, oh, get reward or penalty. Then the fire equal to bad step, not equal to next time avoid it. I'm writing condition. Then immediately I'm updating the policy learning step. Next time it won't enter into fire side, it will come into the left side. That means iterate until an optimal policy is found. This is a brief overview of reinforcement learning. Then these are the top 10 supervised learning algorithms like linear regression. In under linear regression, what we are doing, it is used for regression tasks to predict continuous values based on the past experience. Logistic regression used for binary classification problems by estimating probabilities. one means true, zero means false. Support vector machine SVM effective for high dimensional spaces and binary multi-class classification. Decision trees, it splits data based on feature values to create a tree for classification or regression. Then a random forest, which is an ensemble method for combining multiple decision trees to improve performance. Gradient boosting machine learning algorithm, example XGBoost and lightweight GBM. Gradient boost method. Then a powerful enable models using sequential decision trees to minimize errors. Then a naive based classification. What is the naive based
Sir, 1 minute,
classification?
sir. Sorry to interrupt. This
Ah,
n-queen problem comes under which concept, sir?
which one?
N-queen problem.
N-queen problem comes under a clustering concept. It is also
Okay.
under machine learning.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
N-queen's problem, we are finding the time complexity
Okay,
and
sir.
how many steps we are finishing.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
it is comes under machine learning only. So naive based classification. It is a Bayes theorem based on concept ideal for a text classification and spam detection. K nearest neighbors classifies data points based on their proximity to neighbors in feature space. Linear discriminant analysis, that is LDA. It projects data to maximize class separability for classification task. Multi-layer perceptron is nothing but a type of feed-forward neural network for regression and classification. Elastic net regression combines L1 and L2 regularization for linear regression. And ridge regression is nothing but linear regression with L2 regularization to prevent overfitting. Lasso regression is nothing but linear regression with L1 regularization to enforce sparsity in features, etc. So, how much time is there, Ramchan?
Another 3 minutes.
Okay. Can I stop here? Tomorrow we'll start a top 10 unsupervised learning algorithms.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay.
So
I'm
what I will do
stopping
is
here.
tomorrow morning I will wake up early